Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us for the Nick on the Farm 1-year anniversary retrospective. In order to celebrate today, we have asked you guys to give us a couple questions or prompts in order to let us reflect on our first year in Prince Edward Island. We got some great questions, so let's just dig right into it.
Can we do a cheers?
Yeah, we'll do a cheers. All right, the first question is, was there anything super sweet that you folks did to commemorate your 1-year anniversary? Okay, I'll go first. This
video.
Yeah, this was our plan for tonight. We got some bubbly, we're gonna have a steak dinner, but we just wanted to find a special way to look back on the last year, and we thought that including some of our friends, family, and all of the new people we've met out here as well would be a great way to springboard into the memories. And he's cooking later, so. All right, the second question. How did you guys choose PEI?
You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Trust. And yours?
It ties to mine. I got a job here. Neither of us had stepped foot on the island or been here before. We decided to move here, right?
Yeah, we when we were in lockdown in Toronto, we imagined what we wanted life to look like after lockdown. And we made a list of the things we wanted. It included things like a connection to nature. We wanted land. We wanted to be close to a beach, preferably. We wanted to own a house. And we kept our options open and we're very open-minded.
Yeah. Yes, we bought the place on Zoom.
I came from the hospitality world, so I was confident that I would be able to work wherever, because restaurants are a thing probably everywhere. Jeremy's job is a little bit more specific, so I just trusted that wherever he found a job, if he decided that the fit felt right, that I would follow him anywhere, were my exact words. And lo and behold, here we are. The next question is, what is your favorite spot on the island?
Ooh, I know this one.
Oh, you peeked.
Well, I already had mine written, so let's do them together.
Okay, one, two, three.
Lakeside Beach. This one has a special place for me and for us. It's one of the first places we went, even on the first day we got here. And we've spent so many days and nights there throughout the spring and the summer, bonfires, swimming, bringing family and friends. And it's a very special place.
There's something about the beach and the expanse and the waves and the sky that really makes you feel a sense of peace. And it's a place that we go to almost every day. The sun is in my eyes.
It's okay.
All right, our next question. How many times did Nick skinny dip in the ocean?
That's a good question. Like here?
I think here. Let's go with here.
Well,
yeah.
this
in
is
the
about our last year.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah. Once.
And I said one so far.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I gotta say, it woke a beast. And I think I may look for more opportunities in the future. Maybe I'll have some company.
Oh, sure. I'll do it. Yeah.
I'm looking at you. I hope I'm reading the tone of this question right.
And I don't know these questions.
Jeremy has not seen these questions at all. What would you say has been your aw moment so far with PEI and the new house?
Aw, and how is that spelled? Could you use it?
AWWWW.
Oh. Okay. I'm ready. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I said Honey McDonald.
Aw.
Aw, see?
Mine are the cherry and apple blossoms on all the trees in the spring that we didn't know. There is very awe-inspiring. To be fair, like it reminds me quite a bit of a season in Toronto, the cherry blossoms in High Park. It's gorgeous and stunning. We have our own version of it here, so.
Right in our own backyard. And for me, Honey McDonald, in case you don't know, she is the kitty that was dumped on our car in the middle of the night. And we woke up in the morning to find her crying and lonely and afraid. And my intention was to just leave her crying, lonely and afraid in the bushes. But this guy couldn't bring it upon himself to go to work and leave her. So when I got home, she had a whole tent set up and she was our cat. If you do want to see some of those moments, you can go back into our archives. There's a video of my first time holding Honey McDonald, and it's really worth a watch because she's been a tremendous addition to our family. And yeah, every day is an adventure with little Honey Mac.
And it is an island name.
She's the only islander that lives in this house.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, and funny story, our house originated from the McDonald lineage. It was actually Ronald McDonald. So if you're not from the island, you may think that Ronald McDonald is a mascot with red hair for the famous fast food chain. But there are apparently lots of Ronald McDonalds on the island that are not associated with the Golden Arches. Yep. Fun fact. What has been your biggest challenge? I said heating.
Yeah, I say mosquitoes.
Oh, yours is better than mine. Okay, I'll go first. This is an old house. It's not properly insulated. The winter can be windy, it can be cold, and all of that works its way into the house. And our home is heated on oil, which is a foreign thing to us. And most foreign is the freaking expense of it. It's expensive. In the winter, we either freeze or we're broke. So,
Sometimes both. But for the mosquitoes, and that I have a client who calls them flying crocodiles, and they are here. They did actually impact what we thought we would be spending a lot more time outside, but I feel like we've been bitten so many times that I'm not covered in bumps and itchiness anymore. So
I'm getting bitten right now.
Yeah.
Can you even tell?
See?
The next is the biggest positive. Okay, you can go first, yeah.
I wrote summer.
Summer.
We hadn't experienced it before.
You're blocking my light, boo.
But the island just comes to life, and every day from, I would say, June through to because we've experienced now as last year through the fall, but is a different. Every time you look out the window, there's a different bird, there's a different flower, there's a different tree, there's different people coming and going, and it feels like the island is alive, and we experience nature in a very different way. So I'm very pleasantly surprised at how beautiful and lush and diverse everything is, and how it's different every day. And our cat is agreeing, so if you can hear him.
Mine is a little more, I guess, I don't know what it is. Perspective. I didn't realize how different a different lifestyle would be. I've just learned a lot about myself from trying on a different way of living. Just really changing the pace of life has made me tune into myself in a different way. And sometimes the best positive actually comes from challenges and from seeing the way that you react to different situations. And I just really think that there has been a lot of personal growth, and that wouldn't have happened if we just stayed where we were. So not only is it learning more about the new things, but it's looking back on the old things and seeing things that we took for granted, or seeing things that really impacted us, and things that we learned, and cultures that we were able to experience in Toronto that have really formed us. And the perspective of coming out here that kind of shined a spotlight on all of that for me. And I think I really needed to break from my regular in order to have a life-changing shift. Perspective. Okay, the next question is, what was the scariest moment? First rural storm. Okay, and it wasn't the storm itself that was scary. It was the remoteness of living in the country, not having immediate access to police, fire services, ambulances. I didn't realize how much safety it feels like there is in city living. Whereas out here, you do have to depend on yourself and your neighbors and your direct community a little bit more, because there are big distances between services and yourself. And I don't think it was until our first winter storm that I really sat and thought, like, we're snowed in. What happens if I break my leg right now? What happens if...
I think you threw an age thing in there. What if Jared has a heart attack?
I wasn't going to say that to them, but yeah, what if Jared has a heart attack? It felt like we were very vulnerable, living so remotely, and the realities of that set in when the first winter storm came. That was an eye-opener for me, and something that I didn't consider before making this move.
I wrote nor'easters. Bottom lining it, we grew up in Ontario. There's crazy storms too. Usually they're in the summer, crazy thunderstorms. Here, I did not expect. We moved to the North Shore. We're a kilometer from the ocean. We can see it. And when these winter storms come in, and it's 90-kilometer-an-hour winds and 100-kilometer-plus gusts, it's scary. And so, and that's something I didn't expect. We've learned to embrace it. We have a generator, and we fill the bathtub so you can flush the toilet, all that fun stuff. But yeah, just echoing what Nick said, the leaning on your neighbors, being prepared, something we hadn't had to do before. I think there's something exciting about it in a way. But it's definitely the scariest part for us. Obviously both of us wrote that, being here.
And scary light, because if you do look back, there are videos of us going out in these storms with our dog, and at one point Jeremy gets blown off the porch.
We lost our barbecue.
Our barbecue blew away
multiple times.
I went dancing in the snow. I skated in the driveway. Like, there are benefits. It's not like we're terrified and scared of winter, because the winters, but it's for me, the fear was the access to services.
Yep.
Okay, and then the next question is, any regrets about moving to the country? No. I asterisked mine, though, because I do want to qualify that this is by no means a knock against Toronto, Ontario, or city living at all. I think, again, referring back to perspective, I think life is a buffet, and you need to dive in and try a little bit of everything. So I don't think my appreciation for country living would be what it is right now if I didn't come from the city. And I don't think, had I not traveled, I would have the same feelings about how we're living. So I think there was no looking back. I love living in Prince Edward Island. I look forward to the future that we're building here, but I don't think I would be the person I am if I didn't live in Toronto. Especially living in Toronto as a bartender and a server and immersed in the nightlife in my 20s. I mean, I wouldn't trade that for a thing. So no regrets, no looking back, but the time was right when we did it. And I don't think a second sooner would really have been right. And I'm really happy we didn't wait any longer.
And for me, my experience is different. Until I moved to Toronto in 2006, I grew up in a small town, and both sides of my family, my mom and dad's family, grew up on farms. They had hundreds of acres, animals on one side, tomatoes, wheat, soybean, corn on the other side. I've been in silos. I've been on tractors. To me, it's felt like home in a way. So I knew what to expect a bit more than Nick, and I love it.
This is our final question.
Garrett.
Oh, I'm having fun. I don't want it to end. Is your Green Acres episode of life a comedy, a drama, a thriller, or other?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What's yours?
I wrote a comedy.
Comedy. I said a musical. Why a comedy?
Well, I guess I have an English degree, and I learned, there's tragedy and comedy, and the only difference is the hero doesn't die in one of them. So, for a comedy, it's about joy, and you live once, so you have to laugh and have fun and find the moments. Does that mean that you don't cry in a comedy or there aren't hardships? No, there are. But for me, this is about joy and fun and new experiences. And we do try to have as much fun and to laugh as much as we can. So that's why I say it's a comedy.
And I say musical because we love music. There is pretty much always music playing in the house. Even on our Instagram stories and stuff, I love to just include songs and things that create an emotion in me. And I love musicals. I love the grandeur and the epicness of a dance number and a song. And I think that kind of cinematizing your own life and looking at an experience like making a loaf of sourdough and treating it as a special grand thing, that's really an approach we've taken to a more intentional lifestyle out here. And that, I think, aligns to me with a musical.
That's good.
And I think my neighbors or someone in the community has heard me singing through the open windows. Bring it, baby.
Yeah.
Just don't bring your recorder.
That's when you can do more skinny dipping in your own house.
Yeah,
Too, so.
singing and singing. Welcome the neighbors.
Exactly.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
For me, I want to thank everyone for asking questions, and this has been a lot of fun. We're just reflecting on this year. In some ways, it feels like we've been here longer, and in other ways, it feels like we just got here. And I'm so happy we're on this journey, and I look forward to the next year.
Yeah.
So.
Me too. For any new home buyer or anybody moving to a different place, a lot of people gave us the advice that settle into it, take a full year, a full calendar year, see all the seasons, see the comings and goings, and just take the pulse of the place that you're now living in. And we didn't really anticipate that being great. Not that it's bad advice, but we thought we know what we're doing. We're just going to jump in. We thought we'd have chickens and a cow by now.
Yeah.
Honestly, take a year and really understand where it is that you are and experience it first, because our visions for ourselves have completely changed, and not in a 180 kind of way, but living here for a year, meeting people, really understanding the weather, the land, the people, the ebb and flow of the industry. It has completely changed the way that we see our future here, and in a completely positive way. So expect the unexpected for sure, and embrace what comes. But if you are thinking about making a big change in your life, I say take the leap.
There are 3 types of decisions. There's a good decision, a bad decision, and no decision. And it feels like for a long time we were just making no decision and just existing. So deciding to come here and to put ourselves out there and just do something completely out of our comfort zone and new, I think it was a really great decision. So
yeah. decisions. I mean, decisions. The island. Bye, everybody. We'll
See you later. Thank you.